Hi, I'm Bella. I came up with this story about how feminine products in the high school have become free. I noticed it when I went into the bathroom and I thought, that's amazing that our school and our state has come together to create free feminine products for public schools, for women everywhere. It's a natural thing that everyone has to go through. I went to my teacher, Miss Gilliland, who teaches TV production, and I said, I want to do a news package on this. I thought it was an amazing idea, and I later found out that the class, Service in Action, is doing a Pads Giving thing.
So Pads Giving is a feminine products drive that we came up with in Service in Action, and we are collecting feminine products from local businesses in our Huntley area, and we're going to give them back to 2 local shelters, Refuge for Women and Turning Point. So we came up with the idea for Pads Giving because we broke up into different service groups and we're focusing on gender, and we realized that feminine products are really expensive for women and girls to buy, and not everybody can afford them, so we wanted to give back.
Feminine products are not something that often get donated. We've done multiple canned good drives, and people give us cans of green beans and tuna and macaroni and cheese and cereal, and that's great and wonderful, and we really appreciate that, but we know that households in need other items, paper towels, toiletries, and definitely feminine products, which are actually very expensive and something that they really don't get donated. So we saw there's a specific need, so let's go out and really ask people for this thing. And my students last year came up with the idea of Pads Giving because we wanted to do it. We needed something to do around Thanksgiving time.
Now that we have free feminine products in the girls' bathroom and we hear how girls are taking advantage of them in inappropriate ways, we're really upset because we don't want those to be taken away. It's really important for women and girls at the high school to be given free feminine products who can't afford them, and by misusing them, you have the possibility of them being taken away, and we don't want that to happen here.
Let's just be honest, I went in there to get a tampon, and I was really upset when I walked in there and saw that the entire dispenser was empty and all the tampons were inside a toilet. I don't know what girl did it, but it's kind of really upsetting to see females from my school acting in such a way that's so disrespectful.
We've heard for years about being charged for feminine products. You know, you need a random product here and there and you have to run down and you get charged for it. And I understand the school has to cover its costs. I get that part. But now here you have them for free at your disposal, and you're like ruining it, right? I don't understand. I can understand like people shoving pockets of them in their bag, which don't do, but why destroy them? Why ruin school property when you should be thankful and grateful that you have them at your disposal?
Tampons and pads aren't cheap, first of all. They're really not. We've been dealing with this for how long? And the fact that we're finally getting them for free, at least through the school, is one step forward. And I think for women to just to use them in such a random manner, it's just like, it makes it seem like we don't need them, and we clearly do.
I think also a missing part of this whole conversation is the long-standing stigma that has been associated with women's menstrual cycles. You know, this is not a secretive thing, it's something we all know happens, but for years and years and years and years has been misunderstood. I mean, women used to be excluded when they were on their, when they had their period. So for years we've seen that this is a thing that should be not talked about, women were embarrassed of, and now hopefully we're seeing that change, right? Plus then you have these at your use because they are expensive, and I think that's something that's worth noting. That's really kind of a part of the story, that girls, we shouldn't be ashamed or embarrassed of these things. These are things that happen to all women.
So we were notified early in the school year that a new law was going to go into effect as of January 1, 2018, stating that all public schools in the state of Illinois were required to provide feminine product dispensers in restrooms in grades 6 through 12 for free. So we've been working to acquire and get those installed, and in preparation for that, they are installed and in use. Well, I think the important thing is to recognize the service that it provides. That if you're in need of a product, it's there for you for free. That's a pretty great thing. You're not going to find outside of public schools. The only request that I would have is that, like anything in our school, that we respect the building and we respect for the facilities and respect other people's privacy and how we use it and discussing their availability. We've evolved so much as a society that it's almost silly that we should be having a conversation whether women should be treated equally, or the issues that women face are different than the issues that men face. We face issues as people, and we ought to be able to be mature enough, regardless of the topic, to treat women as equal to men. And if an issue is necessary to help those who are less fortunate and dealing with a struggle in life that we may not be aware of, and this is something that they need, I support it wholeheartedly. And I think that as a school, we've been one of the safest environments for women's equality for generations. There are more women in leadership roles in schools, I would bet, than any other major organizations or major employers in our country. So I think that it's great for us to act as a model of what others should strive to be in treating women as equals and treating their needs as equal to that of something that I may not have to deal with as a man. But because they need it, I've got a responsibility if I'm able to contribute and support that.